Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथस्वामिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद सिद्धार्थ गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे. Hello everyone, Namaste, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita session. So we are in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Moksha means liberation. Sannyasa means renunciation. Attaining liberation through renunciation. It's not about renouncing the world, but it's about renouncing the mindset, the doership. So Krishna in this chapter teaches the true renunciation. What is the mindset one should have while working in this world, by which he can attain, he can uh, travel on the path of liberation, he can attain liberation. So this chapter starts with a question from Arjuna. Arjuna asks a question. So can you explain me in detail about the renunciation versus sannyasa versus tyaga? Sannyasa means renunciation, renouncing the world. Tyaga means renouncing the attachment to the results, renouncing the attachment to the results. So here Arjuna asked question, can you explain me more in detail? So Krishna answers by saying different people give different opinions. He did not give his opinion first, he gave others' opinion. In this world, people say all actions are sinful. This is not Krishna's opinion, this is other people's opinion. Krishna is saying in this world, people say all actions are sinful. All actions, whatever you do, it creates karmic reactions, bondage. So that's why we should renounce. Renunciation, total renouncing the work is the best. That is one opinion people in general have. Other opinion, we should not renounce any action. We should do all the actions, but we should renounce the desire motivated actions. Kamya karma, desire motivated action. That means you are desirous of something, but you're suppressing your desires. You're not fulfilling your desires. One should suppress and give up those desires. One should not do this desire fulfilling actions. And other set of people, he says, no, you should do everything, all actions, but you give up only the attachment to the actions. So different people have different opinions on this, but I'll tell you my opinion. Krishna says, he gives his opinion. Krishna says all actions must be performed. Krishna gave a period. All actions must be performed. Yajna dhana tapa karma pavanani manishnaha. All the duties, obligatory duties must be performed. So we as a human being, we born in this world, we are obligated to do certain things, right? Like yagna dhana tapa. Yagna means like various rishi yagna, deva yagna, pitru yagna. We went through that in detail, various yagnas, right? So being in this world, we are obligated to the celestial beings who are giving all the things to us. We are indebted to them. We are not, nothing is coming for free in this world, right? All the air we breathe, the food we eat, all the natural resources we get, there are some celestial beings who are providing those. We must be indebted to them, right? To pay back, we have to do some yajna. In other words, one has to do some offering to the Lord Krishna himself. When you do the offering to the Lord, all the demigods are pleased. We have that obligation towards demigods. We are not going to demigods directly, but we are going to God Himself to repay our obligation, to repay our debt back. What are we are getting from the nature? Mm. So when we are devoted to the Lord by offering a fruit, flower, whatever, so that's a way of paying back to the demigods. That's a way of paying back to the demigods. So one must do that. No one can no one can say like, yeah, I can consume all natural resources, I'll be happy. And that's not right. Krishna says if a person consumes all these natural resources for free, is certainly sin. Third chapter, Krishna spoke about this. He's doing sinful actions. He's consuming food from the nature just to give it back by doing yajna, that is offering to the Lord Himself first. So anyway, so likewise, every human being is obligated to do perform certain duties. One is this one, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna. Like we are so much indebted to our forefathers. Our forefathers are the one, they are providing all the resources to us, and they because of them we are here. Our forefathers, right? So we have to be grateful to them and do something to them. And Rishi Yajna means like our great saintly people, they have given the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita or any knowledge, scriptural knowledge to us to purify ourselves, make us a good person. We need to read those scriptures. That's a way of paying back. So likewise, and dana, donation, like charity, giving in charity to someone in need. Hmm? uh, and tapa, like being some austerities, being disciplined. This is very important thing Krishna teaches in this chapter, that yajna dana tapa karma. Yeah, charity is good for doing for others, but we need to do something for ourselves too. That is tapa. Tapa means austerity. Austerity, taking some inconveniences for our purification. It could be japa, doing japa, or any sadhana like meditation, or eating healthy food. That's a tapa. Eating healthy food, avoiding junk food is a tapa. And going to gym is a tapa. And or living habits, eating habits, sleeping habits, all our habits, like if you do in a regulated way, healthy way, good way, it's a tapa. It's a tapa. Krishna says one must perform this tapa. Because it purifies the soul. Yajna dana tapa karma pavanani manishanaha. It purifies the soul. Just for that reason, one has to do all the duties. What Krishna is saying here, don't think about renunciation. You don't have to renounce the world. Be in this world, live a life in a proper way, then you'll be untouched by the world. How? In all your duties, you think about me, perform your duties. All your actions as a devotional service to me, you perform without attachment to the actions or any work. That way you can live in this world, you can be untouched by this world. So there's a subject matter of first 12 verses in this chapter. And later, from 13 onwards, 13 to 17, Krishna talks about the five doers. The five doers for us to function. What are those five factors for us to function? What are those? We'll see that today in this section. uh, Anyone wants to read, or otherwise I'll do this. I'll recite this. It's a beautiful.
प-
Good, bro. Yeah.
पञ्चैतानि महाबाहो कारणानि निबोध मे सांख्ये कृतान्ते प्रोक्तानि सिद्धये सर्वकर्मणाम्. O mighty armed Arjuna, according to the Vedanta, there are five causes for the accomplishment of all action. Now learn of these from me. Adhishtanam tata karta karanam cha pritak vidam vividascha pritak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. The place of action, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the five factors of action. Shariravan manobir yat karma prarab prarabhate naraha न्याय न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा panchayite tasya hetavah. Whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these five factors.
Thank you, Prabhu. You'll get to read few more.
तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यति अकृतबुद्धित्वान् न स पश्यति दुर्मतिः. Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. यस्य नाहान् कृतो भावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions.
Thank you, Babu. There's a very nice section here from verse number 13 to 17. So Krishna teaches what are the factors involved for us to work, right? So we need to understand this sloka. So we'll do some deep study. So Krishna touched this subject matter in previous chapters. Like second chapter, Krishna spoke about the soul, how what is soul and everything about soul. And second chapter and 13th chapter about how the soul functions with various things like mind, senses, and everything, right? So Krishna is adding a flavor, another flavor of karma yoga to it, karma yoga to it, and that's why he's explaining this again, that in all our actions, there are different factors involved for us to perform. Hmm? So let's do this. Like we'll all the five slokas. That's what we do in this session today. All the five slokas. To understand that, we'll go and have a deep study about how do we function. That's the basic thing, right? So what are the things we need for us to function? You can see the example here. There's a doll here. There's a doll. Doll doesn't have a life, and you can see a girl who has a life, right? What's the difference? How can we make this doll to function like a human? How can we make this doll to function like a human? Anyone can say that? Um,
Yes, soul should be there, Prabhuji. Like,
okay, we'll give soul. Done. Soul is here. Now, with soul, can this doll function like human?
Cannot.
Panchaitani Mahabaho. That's what Krishna said. Panchaitani. There are five things. Yes, you said one. Yeah, good, Prabhu. What is it?
So we need the senses. I mean, of course, Paramatma should be situated because
Yeah.
he gives the
Yes.
okay for everything.
Yeah. Soul. We give soul and senses and Paramatma. Three. Soul, senses, Paramatma. Three. Two more.
Consciousness?
Yeah. Consciousness. Yeah. Yeah, could be, could be. I mean, with the soul, it gets consciousness is from the soul
Oh,
itself. Yeah, it's from the soul.
okay.
Throughout the body, it gets, right? Yeah. Two more.
Time, no,
mind.
Yeah, with mind and senses, that's included in number three.
It has to go through suffering and birth and death.
Oh, that's one of the point. Yes, yes. For it to function, right? So, um, the karma factor is also involved. But that's combined with the super soul. Devam. But
Mm.
that's a good
so
point. Yeah.
the air, fire, water, uh,
Elements,
those
you're saying, right?
components. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's we're getting there now. So we need these elements like earth, water, fire, air. Either with that, our body is formed. The physical body is formed, right? So if you see this doll, it's a plastic. It's a plastic. It's a plastic. But look at our body. It's a wonderful body. A beautiful, wonderful body. How internally this body functions, right? It's quite amazing. Quite amazing. The heart, lungs, and various organs of our body, perfect coordination of mind, senses, and all organs. If you're feeling hungry, if body needs a food to function, right? The cells need a food to function. Like then we'll get these triggers of the mind senses says like, okay, go and eat it. All the thoughts are generated. So beautiful, wonderful body is so nobody. I know there are some robots, people are making bots and many things, but You can't make a clone of this body. Right? It's a wonderful human body. Right? So that is the first one. Adhishtanam. Krishna says Adhishtanam. Hmm? So Adhishtanam one has to have. Adhishtanam, the body. We need to have this body. Adhishtanam. Karta, the soul. The soul. Hmm? The soul with the body identifying itself as a body. Right? Soul with the body identifying itself as a body. Third one Krishna says is Karanam. Karanam means instruments. Hmm? We have a body, we have a soul, but we also need this so-called senses. Senses part of the subtle body, sthula sharira, sukshma sharira, subtle body. So adhishtanam is a gross body only, gross body, like made of five elements: earth, water, fire, air. Either is a flesh, water we see, bones, blood, all the airs, everything. So it's all the five elements. With these five elements, this the first thing is found. Hmm. The second thing is the soul, and karana means instrument. This is part of the subtle body. Subtle body, our senses, our mind, and many things. So these are the tools. Hmm. So with the body, soul, through mind and senses, it functions. And not just that, chestaha. Chesta means the prana, the consciousness. It could be consciousness or the five airs we have in our body. You'll be surprised. It's not just physical body. There we also have the five airs. Panchamahavai, prana. Like we are breathing, right? We are breathing in and out. So and our food is getting digested. There is some air that pushes the food stuff, digest the food stuff, and to excrete and all those things. Are behind the scenes. There's so much happening. There is a air and there is a fire element, and also this various thoughts coming in our mind, and it's all chesta, various things happening, right? And more importantly, Daivam. Daivam could refer to be God Himself, who is sitting as Paramatma. He's the one who is making the soul and everything function, and also for us to act. What is the act? Nyayam va viparitam va. Panchaite tasya hetavaha. So we are functioning with the body and mind. Krishna says, what are the actions we do? How we do? Shariram va manobhir. Sharira means body, right? We act with the body. I take the food, I keep in my mouth and eat it. Huh? Huh? Just say with body I'm eating. With body I'm eating. I'm doing one action of eating. One. One means like walk. I'm speaking. I'm talking to you. I'm doing an action. This is also an action. Eating is an action. Speaking is also an action. I'm talking to you. I'm giving this class, right? I'm speaking. With body, I'm speaking. Right? And also manaha. Mind also. Krishna says this, with mind also we. Manasa vacha karmana. This is a famous word people use this. Manasa vacha karmana. We do our actions with mind, words, and action. Right? With the mind also we think. Um, we think. Sometimes we think good about others. Sometimes we think bad about others. Either way, I'm physically acting with my body or with my words or with the mind. So, now, with all these facilities, body, mind, manasa, vacha, karmana, body, mind, and speech, right? With all these the three facilities, I'm acting. I'm doing good action or bad action, right? I could punch someone with the body. I could punch someone or slap someone. That's a bad action, viparitama, right? Or I could abuse someone with my words. Or I could heal someone with my words. I can be gentle, nice, polite, humble with my words. uh, and I could cure someone with my words, help someone with my words, being empathetic towards others. These are the good things we can do. Or mind also, with mind also we can do think good about others, think bad about others. Sometimes with body and words we may not abuse someone, but mentally we abuse people very badly. Very badly we abuse. So, that's how we function. So what Krishna is saying is important point here. Nyayam with what are the actions we are doing, good action or bad action? What are the actions we are doing with manasa, vacha, karmana, body, mind, and speech? We are doing with these five things. Everything is happening because of these five. Adhishtanam, karta, karanam, cheshta, devam. The body, the soul, and the senses, mind functioning, and various activities, various thing going in our mind, and also our past impressions, our past life impressions, our gunas, the three modes of material nature, they make us function, right? So we are in the mode of goodness. When we are in the mode of goodness, our voice is so soft, gentle, good. When we are in mode of passion, we are aggressive, and we are in mode of ignorance, we are abusive, right? Yeah. So these gunas also influence us to act. Not just that, our karma also. Our karma also is another player. Huh? It's not like I'm learning cricket. I play cricket and go to the pitch and I started playing. I practice. I'm good, but will I be successful? Will I make century? And will I be successful all the time? Not all the time. It varies. There are different factors also, right? Um, That's karma factor is also involved. Also, this Lord supervision. Everything happens through the Lord supervision. So let's take the example. I'm playing cricket, right? With my body, mind, senses. I learn cricket very well. I start practicing, going to practice every day. I'm good at pen. Now I'm in the IPL 2020. I don't know, IPL 2020 same or different. I think it's different. Anyway, 2020 or what are the 50-50, 60-60, 70-70, 80-80, what are the thing we are playing? I'm playing cricket now. I'm batting, and the ball is coming and I'm doing ones, twos, all the scores. Right? So is that you can see it may appear for externally like us people think like, okay, this person is playing cricket and yeah, he's the one who is hitting six, and when this person hits six and he makes century, he raises the bat and says, I am the one who did it. I am the one who did. Look at me, I'm so great. Look at me, I'm so great. Mm. I'm the one who did it. Externally it may appear like that. Okay, for us it appears like, yeah, this person is the one who did it, he achieved it. But Krishna is saying behind the scenes there are various factors involved. Your body has to be fit. Your body has to be fit. And your mind and senses should function properly while playing. Your mind and senses, when they're relaxed and thinking process is good, that is also another factor. Internal factors, these are internal factors, right? And your prana vayus, your consciousness, your thought process, everything has to work perfectly. And your gunas, you're in the mode of goodness, you play in a certain way. You're in mode of passion, you're become aggressive and you do mistakes. And your mode of ignorance, you're lazy and you don't even think properly. Right? These gunas also make a role, may influence you to play, right? And your karma. You may practice very well, but every time you go, you'll be duck out. Every time you'll be duck out. It varies. It depends on your karma also. You should be destined to achieve something. That is also one of the factor. One has to be destined to attain something, even though how much endeavor he may, he should have that destiny. Hmm. And also Lord just plays a neutral role. Udasina he just plays a neutral role, ensures everything is functioning, right, in every body, every soul. Hmm. But why Krishna is teaching, we may be thinking like, why Krishna is teaching this, with this subject matter, because of this same thing. The person, when he is successful or failure, he attributes to himself, right? Soul, as a soul, we attribute to ourselves. If I'm being successful, whatever I do, being successful. I play cricket, I'm the best cricketer, I'm scoring everything, right? I think like I'm the best cricketer in the world. Look at me, I did this thing. In the failure, we attribute to ourselves. I'm such a junk fellow in this world. Nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. Whatever I do is a big failure. I'm the worst fellow in the world. Right? God is there, but it doesn't help me. I'm such a failure. We attribute to ourselves, right? There are many factors. That's what Krishna is awakening our mindset, consciousness, that think beyond. Think beyond. In all your actions, all your what are happening with you, there are several factors. There are several factors. Okay, don't just don't just go by temporary dualities of this world. Happiness, distress, honor, dishonor. These are all dualities in this world. These are all temporary. Mata sparshasta kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhaja agama paino anityas tanti tikshasva bharata. Krishna teaches in second chapter, right? So there's like happiness, distress, honor. This is like summer and winter season. Summer and winter season, they go. They just come and go. Don't get too much elated when there is a happiness. Don't get too much distress, hopeless when there is a distress. Be neutral. Be neutral. Mm. How can we be neutral? Tolerate and understand this subject matter. What Krishna is teaching us, this subject matter, one must understand that there are many factors for us in all our actions, being successful or failure in all our actions. There are many factors involved. Hmm? Don't get attached to our actions. That's what Krishna is going to say, right? In this five verses, Krishna says, don't get too much attached to the action. Don't get too much depressed. Be neutral to success or failure. Huh? Nyayam va viparita panch. Yeah, one has to have this understanding that whether good actions we perform, bad actions perform, any actions we perform, these five factors are involved. These five factors are involved. Pashyati akrita buddhitvan, nasa pashyati dharmatihi. Krishna is adding one more thing. Pashyati akrita buddhitvan. Hmm? So one who does not attribute to himself, right? So most of the time our success or failure we attribute to ourselves. Like why am I such a failure? Why am this? Why am I'm so great? Success or failure. Mm. A person, when he sees through the lens of Bhagavad Gita, if a person wears the lens of Bhagavad Gita, he sees through the lens of Bhagavad Gita, he can clearly understand what's happening. Then he can be remain neutral. Pashyati, he can see clearly what's happening with the soul, and he remains neutral. Mm. Nasa pashyati durmatihi. Durmatihi means like ignorant person, a person who doesn't have the knowledge of how things are functioning with his life. He thinks he is the cause. He attribute to himself and he becomes hopeless, dejected. That's the state of Arjuna also in the beginning, right? So Krishna says, like, don't think you are the only cause. Don't think you are the only cause. Don't think. Sometimes we do mistake. Sometimes we do mistake. Accidentally it happens, sometimes it's various factors involved, right? We repent on that again and again. We drain our energy thinking about it. Why that happened to me? Why that happened to me? I made this mistake, right? So there are many factors. We made a mistake, but we learn from that, correct it, move on. We just don't stick to that, our problems or various happenings in our world, right? So it could be my karma. Maybe I'm influenced by mode of ignorance. Maybe I'm influenced by mode of passion. That time I did this. Let me correct it and move on. Let me not drain my energy by thinking about this again and again, right? Let me come out of these dualities of this world. Hmm? It's not so easy. It's not so easy, but it's a continuous practice. That's why we need to see everything through the lens of Bhagavad Gita. When you see it lens through the lens of Bhagavad Gita, such a person, pashyati akrita buddhi, he can clearly see and is not get disturbed by anything in this world. Hmm. And Krishna adds one more thing here. Hatvapi sa imam lokan hantina nibandhyate. Is a powerful statement Krishna made. Krishna is saying, even if a person kills, he's considered not killing. He's considered not killing. Doesn't mean Krishna is giving a license, you go and kill everybody. But we need to understand Krishna is speaking to Arjuna here. Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. What is the role of Arjuna? Arjuna is a soldier. Arjuna is a soldier. So as a soldier, his duty is to go and kill. When he kills, punishes, then he is setting up dharma. He is following dharma, that is his dharma, and is helping dharma. Is by his doing his dharma, it helps many people also. Right? So now in case of Arjuna, that is killing. But in case of us, whatever the actions we do, whatever the actions we do, uh, um, many things happen in our life, many situations, good situations, bad situations. We do good things, bad things, right? Happiness, distress, dualities in this world. So in all these dualities, how can we be neutral, undisturbed by this world? Hmm? By understanding these factors. When we have good understanding of these factors, we can be neutral in this world. We should not attribute ourselves. We should not attribute to uh, our, Success we should not attribute to like it's my own achievement. So that's the point Krishna is driving us towards. So who is the real doer of our actions? We are acting in this world. Who is the real doer of our actions? Hmm? It's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. It's not just one person. It's a teamwork. There's a teamwork happening. Huh? So Srila Prabhupada in his purpose gives a nice example here. Like when a soldier is going to and killing the people, uh, he's working under, if he works under the supervision of his authority, the government employed him, empowered him to go and kill. When he kills it, the government rewards him. And if the same person, just for his own enjoyment, he does actions, kills, out of his foolishness or whatever, he kills and creates problems to others, the same government hangs him to death, punishes him. Right? Now, what is the difference here? When he's working for an authority, he's being rewarded, but he's not. When he's not working for an authority, he's punished. So from this is an example, this is an analogy to understand that when we work under the guidance of Supreme Lord, Krishna, God is there. In all our actions, God is there, right? So when we follow the scriptures, do our actions in accordance with the scriptures, good actions, according to the scriptures, when you do good actions, follow good things, right, will be rewarded. Good karma will be there, right? So, but if you don't want good karma, then we need to attribute to God, Krishna, work as a yogi. When we do our actions as a devotional service to the Lord, devotional service to the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord. I'm working. Why am I working? For no reason. No, I'm doing this working. I'll do good karma. My dharma I'll do good karma for the pleasure of the Lord. For Krishna's sake, I do. I go to office. If I'm IT person, I'll go to office, do the IT work for the pleasure of the Lord. A success or failure, I'll attribute to the Lord. So this is a concept of karma yoga. Krishna is trying to teach us with this concept, with this five factors of action. Krishna is trying to teach us karma yoga. Right? So do all your actions. You don't have to renounce the world. Be in the world. Be untouched by the world. When you can be like that, you can. It's possible when you attribute to me. When you do as a devotional service to me. Yajnardat karmano yatra lokoyam karma bandhanat. Hmm? So Krishna throughout first six chapters give many examples. Many examples just to teach this. Yajnardat karmano yatra. When you work for the pleasure of the Lord, offer the result success or failure to the Lord, considering as Lord's plan, then we can be neutral in this world. We go through many dualities, we can be neutral, right? Um, God has a plan for me. Just always remember, God has a plan for me. God has a plan for everybody. God has a plan for me. Let me abide to His plan. Let me not get disturbed by any dualities in this world. If we have work with this mindset, then we'll be remaining happy and focus more on the positive things. Most of the time, we focus on negative things, right? What if, what if, what if, what if? We drain our energy with negative things. Right? When we work with this mindset as a karma yogi, as a devotional service to the Lord, in Krishna consciousness, as a service to the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, we don't get driven away by so-called negative mindset, negative thoughts. So that's the beauty of working what in a way what Krishna is teaching us, like a karma yogi, as a devotional service to the Lord. So we can see one example here. The example, I think I'm adding more to these five doers, right? So we'll take the example of a doctor doing a surgery. If a doctor is a well famous doctor, he's going and doing a surgery. And to do surgery, we know there are many people involved, many factors involved, right? The doctor has to be skillful. If doctor is not skillful, he cannot even cure. He'll kill the patient, right? So doctor has to be skillful. And not just that, around the doctor, there are nurses who help the doctor. They also have to be skillful. They know what they're doing. Doctor should know what they're doing. And the person who gives anesthesia, he should know what he's doing. If he messes up, that's before an operation, everything is gone. So yeah, he should know what is he doing. And the machinery they use, what are the machinery? They also have to work perfectly. And the medicine they're giving to this person, like I don't know what the medicine, but the glucose or water is they're giving to the person, right? That also has to work. And not just that, everything is perfect. The patient's body also has to respond well. The patient body also has to respond well. The medicine should work for him, right? And if everything is working, but if the patient is not destined to live, if the patient is not destined to live, he'll die. We can see here, this is an analogy to understand, like in all our actions, we are trying our best. Everybody's trying their best to do their best, but there are but various things everything has to function perfectly. Mm. Like doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists, from this example we can see everything has to function perfectly. And also there is a subtle factors that are karma or past life impressions or destiny, and also um, God, God's plan for us. Everything are the factors. These are all the factors for us to do. So there's a point here is that can a single doctor claim success or failure? Like, there's a success, grand success, they achieved wonderful thing, right? Can a single doctor claim his success? If a doctor claims himself that it is because of him this operation is success, can he claim that? No, there are many factors involved, right? So similarly, a failure, can he claim himself is because of him? Because of him, patient died or many things happening because of him. Can he be hopeless because of his failure? That's not true either, right? So if we think in a broader perspective, there are many factors involved, right? So that's what the point here, the message here is, in all our actions, again the same thing, in all our actions, good actions, bad action, anything we are doing, there are many factors involved. Don't become hopeless when you are a failure. Don't get too much elated when you are successful. Be neutral, right? No, attribute to the God. So the point here again saying same thing. Well, I will go to the story. So how to work in this world? Yasya na ahankaro bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate. So work in this world. Do all your actions. Hmm? So everybody has a varnashrama dharma, right? So everybody, somebody might be a householder, somebody might be a sannyasi, a renunciate, or a monk, or whatever. What are the job profile? What are we doing? What are the job profiles? What are we doing every day? Right? What Krishna is driving us towards is you do all your actions. Do all your actions without ego. Ahankara, na ahankara. Ahankara means ego. Ego. You have this so-called ego. I did this. I achieved this because of this. I'm the one who made this happen. Look at me. I'm so great. Right? People are inflated by this so-called ego. So-called ego, and not just that. Because of this success, when a person tastes the so-called success, he wants the success again and again. He gets attached to the success, right? So hmm, na lipyate, buddhir yasya na lipyate. Don't get attached to your work. So what Krishna is saying is, do all your actions as a devotional service to me in my consciousness, my pleasure. If you do, yes, it is possible. You can do that. When in my Krishna, I'm doing it for you. For your happiness, I'm doing it for you. Hmm? Success or failure, I think as your plan, right? So if we work in that consciousness, if we work with the mindset, then we are not inflated by so-called ego. Huh? We are not attached to or anything, any happenings in our life. There's a beauty of working in Krishna consciousness, working God consciousness, or karma yoga or bhakti yoga, anything you say. The way Krishna wants us to work, when we work like that, then we'll be untouched by these dualities in this world. So we'll see another 5 minutes. After that, I'll tell a story. I think time went really fast. uh, we'll see various aspects and try to analyze this, right? Um, we can see how a attached person, a ahankari, a person who is claims himself the doership, hmm, egoistic person. I know we are not that. I'm not pointing anybody, but we are not. Nobody is like that. But there are. This happens to us or anybody, right? So egoistic person. What is his mindset, and what is the mindset of a person who is anahankara? He is not. He doesn't have any ego. How he lives, how he works. We'll see various examples, right? So the view of action, he did something, he achieved it, successful, he claims to himself, I did it, I am doing everything, right? But the person who is detached, he says like, I'm just a one of the factor. Huh? Many factors involved. It's Krishna's plan, I'm just doing for the sake of doing, for the pleasure of the Lord, right? And sense of ownership. Hmm? He doesn't claim himself the owner, right? Here he says my success, this success belongs to me, I enjoy it. Let me have a party. Let me have a party. If a failure, oh, let me blast the glass door. Let me blast the glass door. Let me do that. People, when a person becomes egoistic and attributing to his success or failure to himself, this is his mindset. That's how the turbulences he go through when he's a failure, right? He goes and punches the wall, punches the bed, punches at the people, and he cannot take it. He cannot take failure because like he's attributing to himself. The person who is detached, nirahankari, so he's renounced, like he's untouched. He says like, Krishna, my dear Lord, you have a plan for me. Hmm. So that's what Krishna is driving us. Akarta buddhi. You have that akarta buddhi. If a person thinks himself as a doer and attributing to himself, that is not a proper understanding. Krishna says that is incomplete understanding. But a person with a clear understanding, he knows very well what's happening. Handling success, as I said, handling success, he become pride, arrogant, and try to compare with himself with others. These things come by ahankari, that if a person is egoistic and he attributes to himself. But if a person is nirankari, like he's just working, attributing to God. He's always grateful to the God. Success, Krishna is is your arrangement. He remains humble. He remains humble, despite, because he's not claiming success or failure to himself. Right? So, and frustration, handling failures. So, person ahankari, he thinks like he becomes guilty. He thinks he becomes guilty. He blames himself. Frustration, blame, he blame others, I blame himself. He cannot handle the failure. But a person who is untouched, that's what Krishna is driving us to. You become this person. Accept the failure and learn from it. Move on. Don't get stuck in that failure. The mental state, he is restless, anxious. hmm, the Ahankari, and the devotee is like calm, steady. Calm. The person is devoted to the working for the Lord. He is calm, steady. Relationship results is clinging. He's attached, so much attached to his success, failure, and all his actions. Is neutral. And reaction to praise, like everybody says, like, oh, buddy, you are the best person in the world. It's because of you only we achieve this thing. And he's just inflating his ego. He cannot see it, na pashyati, right? He cannot see it. He's getting inflated by so-called ego. Uh, but but the yogi, karma yogi or bhakti yogi or devotee, he's not inflated by ego. He's untouched by ego because he's attributing, Krishna, you have this for me, I'll accept it. This is satvik ahankara. It's called, there is a terminology. Ahankara means egoistic. Satvik ahankara means he's accepting. Person is, everybody is glorifying me. I did this. I'm accepting that glory. Huh? It's called Satvik Ahankara. But I'm also attributing God. Krishna is because of you. I gave everything to you. That's why a person is unaffected. Unaffected. Criticism, failure, many things right here. Um, okay. End of the day, the point is same. Nirankara, without ego, without attachment to success or failure, being neutral, and that can be done by working in Krishna consciousness as a service to Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. So do your duty sincerely, let go of ownership, peace will follow. So is there any person, next 10 minutes we'll see a story. Is there any person, like the theory is good, right? Bhagavad Gita is all about theory. All about theory. Krishna says you have to be like that. Nirahankara, nirahankara, without attachment, without ego inflation. You do all your duties. It's all theory. But practically, is there anyone who has embodied these principles? Is there anyone who has embodied and lived a life like this? Yes. Yes, there are many, many examples. One example we saw last time also about Hanuman, and today we'll see the example of Bharata. Bharata. Nice story, beautiful story. Relax, we are coming out of that all this philosophy. So Bharata, we know, is one of the brother in Ramayana. This coming story coming from Ramayana. Is one of the brother. These brothers are so much intimate, all loving, wonderful brothers. Yeah. So when we read Ramayana, we should put ourselves in their shoe. We should put ourselves in their shoe and see like if I am Rama, if I am Bharata, how I handle this situation. If you put ourselves and our mindset, we can understand our mindset. What is our mindset? It's not like Ramayana is not just a story we watch and say, yeah, good, good, Rama, very nice. Bharata is very nice. It's not just that. It's all about ourselves. If you put ourselves in the shoe of Rama, if you put ourselves in the shoe of Bharata, then we know. Then we know what kind of person we are. What kind of person we are, right? But by their life, we can learn. I can be like that. I can be like that. I can be Rama. I can be Bharata. I can be a good person. So these are beautiful examples we can see from the life of Rama, Bharata, great personalities, many things to learn from them. So we know the short story. I don't go into Ramayana, but Rama was sent to exile. He was in the forest, and Bharata came. Bharata was looking for Rama. Bharata was looking like when he entered Ayodhya. Ayodhya was empty. Empty. There is no joy. Nobody was smiling in Ayodhya. Then he wondered. He went inside and inquired, like, what's going on here? Then he learned from Kaikeyi that Rama was sent to exile. Then he questioned why. Because of her boons. She asked boons, two boons. She wanted Bharata to be king, and she also wanted Rama to be exiled for 14 years. Bharata was totally devastated. He was like totally shocked. What kind of mother are you? How can you ask such a boon? Rama is also like your own son. What's going on with you? Are you mad or are you mentally ill? Then he rejected his own mother. Look at Bharata, the beauty of Bharata. He rejected his own mother. He set off to the forest to bring back Rama. He goes with all his retinue, goes to forest and he goes to the Rama and says, "My dear Rama, come back. What had happened is happened. You just come back. We need you. We need you." If it is like a worldly brother, he's like, okay, my brother is nicely staying there. Let me enjoy this kingdom, right? So we need to put ourselves in the shoe of Bharata. We can understand the greatness of Bharata. But Bharata is like, my dear Rama, you are the one. You are the one. You should be ruling, not me. You come back. Whatever is happened. Forget about it. Now Rama says, I gave this word to my father. I need to abide to the word. Now it is my dharma to follow his word. And Bharata one side he's saying, you come, 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 and Rama is saying, no, 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 I can't come. It's a wonderful, beautiful, loving, intimate exchange between Bharata and Rama. Bharat and Rama. And Rama is strict, Dharmagnya, who is a knower of Dharma, is a follower of Dharma. He knew very well what Dharma is, and he couldn't break his Dharma. And now Bharata, what is the situation of Bharata? He can't do anything here. He got an idea like, okay, let me take my dear Rama, give me your footwear. Give me your sandals. I'll take your sandals. Let your sandals rule the kingdom. Hmm? I'll take it, but I'll do this for your service. So what he did is he took the sandals and he kept on his head and he moved into the place, and he just enthroned Lord's sandals, and he worshipped and he ruled. Who is ruling here? Bharata is ruling. On behalf of whom? Rama. Rama. On behalf of who is the supreme proprietor, who is owner of the kingdom now? Rama only. But who is on his behalf? Is working. Look at Bharata. He's working on his behalf. He's doing all the duties, all the kingdom. He rewarded people, all his subjects. He rewarded people, and not just that, he also punished people. The person who did crime mistakes, he punished people. And he also been through many many situations, good situations, bad situations. He remained neutral. He remained neutral. He always, his mindset is like, I'm serving Rama. I'm serving Rama. Hmm? Sometimes in our life we see our work is a burden. Work is a burden. Our life is a burden. What kind of life is this? What kind of headache is this, right? Uh, but when we think like Rama, as like Bharata, I'm doing this for my pleasure, for the pleasure of Rama, right? For the pleasure of the Lord. Let Lord God has a plan. Bharata's mindset is, my Rama has a plan. My Rama wanted me to rule like this. I'll rule like this. Now, in this situation, Bharata is neutral, right? He's just accepting the fact and is moving on. He's doing his duty. Right? Similarly, in our situations also, when you're going through many situations, like accept the fact, accept the reality, what's happening in our life, and continue. It is God's plan. My God has a plan for me. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do it. Krishna, help me. Krishna, my dear Lord, help me to do my duties as your service, as your service. That way, we can see in the life of Bharata also. He ruled when he got the power, kingdom, everything, but he did had a service to Rama, and he's not at all attached to his kingdom. He was never attached. When there was a time to give it back, right? After 14 years, Rama came back, and so with so much great joy, love, with tears in his eyes, he should see the Rama, and he gave back the kingdom. And he says, Rama, it is yours. Temporarily, I worked for your pleasure. Now I'll give it back. It's yours now. So you can see he's not even attached. Falatyaga, kartitva tyaga, buddhi tyaga, right? He's not even attached to his actions. He's not attached to his success, failure, his kingdom, or anything. He remained neutral, detached, right? Such a person is very rare. Very rare. We can learn from the life of Bharata. So from this, we can also see in all our situations, life situations, right? Everything will happen, right? But how can we be neutral, right? So that's where when we bring God in our mind. When we attribute to ourselves, that's the biggest problem. That's the first, this 13 to 17, Krishna is driving us towards, like, don't attribute to yourselves, don't get dejected when you failure, don't get inflated success, be neutral. You bring me in your mind. Yagnardat karmanetra, brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyakta karotipya, lipyatena sapapena padma patra vimamsha, right? So as a lotus leaf, where is a lotus leaf? In the water, but lotus leaf is untouched by the water. Lotus leaf in the water, but untouched by the water. Krishna is saying, you work like that. In all your duties, be in this world, success, failure, honor, dishonor, all the dualities in this world, try to be neutral. Try to be neutral. You work for a higher goal. What is the goal? To attain God, attain moksha, liberation. If you have that higher goal, all our small, small things will be very tiny. Sometimes we see like, or maybe we have a goal to attain this thing in our life, right? We think that is the biggest goal in my life, right? When the time passes, this goal is so tiny. We may have a bigger objective to achieve the goal, but as the time passes, we go back and think like, oh, I spent my whole life for this, but it's just a tiny thing. uh, yes, we need to put our effort. We need to put our effort, 100% effort. There are many factors involved, right? Our destiny, our past karma, and God. Many things. God has a, in all our despite all this going through these things, right, if we have this mindset, Krishna has a plan for me, God has a plan for me, then it is possible. Then it is possible. It becomes easy. Our actions become easy. Our duties become easy. Life is not a burden. Life is a joy. Our actions will be a joy. When we do it, as like Bharata did, as a devotional service to the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. Right? It's a practice. It's a practice. We haven't worked like that in the past, but it's something we can bring to our mind and consciousness. Then it is possible. Okay, so I'll stop here. Thank you for attending the session. So next we'll go into the next set of verses. Krishna um, teaches various subject matters in three modes. So it's another wonderful section also in the next class. So please continue to join. Thank you all for attending the session. I'll end the session here. If you have any questions, you can do now. Thank you. Hare Krishna.